Take care and have a blessed weekend.
Blessed.
Blessed.
15 degrees outside now.
Yeah, she's
It was
dropping
16 a minute ago.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Gosh, a minute goes slowly when you're waiting for it. A very good evening, everybody. This is Patricia and David on Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286 on a beautiful Friday the 18th of June. It's been an actually dry day all day. Well, I think it might have rained early morning, but we were still in bed. But a dry day, which is something to write home about because we have not had a dry day all week. And so the usual things were happening in the neighbourhood. There was grass being mowed and laundry being done. And at the moment it's 15 degrees because the sky is quite clear. We've got 2 to 3 knots from the north-northeast, bar of 1015.5. So it's going to be a chilly night, but it's been a beautiful day and there are no complaints. And it looks just looking, well, I'm not the weather person, but just looking at the AIS and the wind baths, it looks like it's quite a peaceful day in Fiji too. What's the news? Let's do the news first because there isn't really an awful lot of news from Fiji. 115 new COVID cases, though. They do them from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock, so that was the figures this morning, 115, 8 from a new supermarket, the Max Value supermarket at Lami Cluster, they're calling it. But I don't think that will affect anyone. You're not going to be way over there doing your groceries. So hopefully you are observing the protocols for those people that are back in the western side to do a bit of stocking up before they take off again. And welcome aboard to Jacinta at Vunda Maria. Very good evening to you. Looks lovely, light winds in the area there. Still a gaggle of boats around Malolo, so they won't be doing too much with those light winds if they are wanting to do their kiting. But let's have a look at the boats that are on their way, because there are very few. Just not too many boats in action at the moment. I suspect there might be more next week once these headwinds decide to move away. That's Inverin going to Fiji from Opua, 14-metre boat. That's actually doing rather well, but not on the course that it wants. It's doing an average of 6.6, but up to 7.1 on a course of 312. They're at 33 at the moment and 175 degrees 54 east. There's 13 knots of north wind, so not exactly helpful for going north where they want to go. Bagheera, they're trying to get to Mackay, having the same sort of problems actually. They're at 2735 and 16658 east. They left Whangarei for Mackay, but they've got 13 knots of northwest wind against them. So a bit of a pain. So their course is, well, they're only doing 3 knots at the moment on a course of 295. So they're just going to have to be, both those boats have to be a bit patient. Destiny, US catamaran, it's a big catamaran, 15 metres, has got me really confused. They're at 2722 and 17557 east. And I think they look as if they've stopped the boat. It says 0.7 knots on a southwest course. The wind is against them, northeast 4, not very much, but I guess I don't know what they're doing really. They left Opua on the 11th. They're averaging 6.3, but that was before this current. I don't know what's happening with them, whether they're returning or whether they're just deciding to mess about until the winds get better. I don't know. So looking at the western side, Denarara and Vunda area, there doesn't seem to be any boats heading to you from offshore, or from points outside of Fiji. Ohana is still heading towards Savu Savu, as is the British boat Jubilate. And here's an interesting one. There's a boat called India, 14-metre cat. Looks like it's heading to Sabu, but it's started life in Nawili. Well, I had to look that one up, but I guess some of you American boats know that that's in Kauai, Hawaii. So they're on their way. They're northeast of Fiji at the moment, about 11 south and 175 west. And the solo sailor keeping an eye on the Aurelia, German fellow, he's at 14 south and 159.28 west, and he's got very good winds to push him along, 17 knots of northeast. So he will be quite happy. He's averaging 5.8 at the moment. Now, a message, Barney, on Ocean Fever. You have unfortunately spelt ocean wrong on your AIS when you set that up. It's got an N for Nelly instead of an O for ocean. So you might want to change that. It's definitely your boat up there near Visai, anchored near Kindred Spirit. Definitely your boat. I had a look at the picture, but it is spelled incorrectly. So God only knows how you correct that. Somebody must know, and you can call yourself Ocean Fever before you set off. So that's about all I've got. I'm going to throw it open to you after, David. I'm choking here.
Yeah, don't choke.
No, I'll pass the microphone and see what he's got for the next day or so.
She's so excited that we had sun today.
Yes, I am.
And good evening from the good old Gulf Harbor Radio Weather Desk, where we find, well, plenty of action in the Southwest Pacific. The New Zealand high that was centered over the country has drifted southeast of Timaru. That's on the east coast of the South Island, and it's roughly located at 50 south and 178 east. It's weakened a wee bit, 1025 millibar, 1025 millibar, and it's pushing an elongated ridge north, runs north to about 22 south and the dateline. And pressures are quite weak in the north from what I could see. Oh, we'll call it about 1019 millibar, 1019 millibar. So once you get around, well, let's just call it 32, 33 south up to maybe 20 south, as the isobars are quite spread apart, so not much air up there at all. However, we do find a trough on the top part, the north part of this ridge, and that trough runs west-east. Nothing major about it at all, but it's there. And if you happen to be where it is, you're going to have cloud and showers. And in spite of the fact that we have the isobars fairly spread, when you have a trough like that, you could expect squalls. And in squalls, it's quite common to get winds that run up to 30 knots just for a period of time, short period of time, and then it's all over. This trough actually is an extension of the frontal band as part of the next depression that's east of Sydney. If you've been listening, you'll know that we've been tracking this depression that's formed over Australia and moving very slowly into the Tasman. It's winding itself up pretty good. Central pressure at late this afternoon was 993 millibar, 993. So you can see that, well, it's winding up. By Saturday, a series of fronts and troughs are going to push northeast toward New Caledonia, one after the other. Quite a bit of action there. The depression will be over New Zealand also on Saturday, and by Monday, the center of it is going to be almost over North Cape. So it's a messy weekend for New Zealand, for us too, as we have to drive to Tauranga on Sunday. So not looking forward to that in the rain and the muck. But there you go. That's the weekend for us. Now up in the tropics today, I see a trough that's running between Tonga and Niue, and it runs north to Samoa. So quite a bit of cloud and showers in that general area. Another trough runs over Rotuma and tracks east to Wallis. And then New Caledonia and Vanuatu actually look fine, as does Fiji. So while things aren't so red hot for Niue and Tonga, New Cal, Vanuatu, and Fiji looking pretty good. Now, satellite imagery shows a smattering of scattered cloud over Viti Levu and Vanua Levu. So those of you that are moving about the group should find mostly fine weather with east to southeast winds. We'll call it 10 to 15 knots and moderate seas, so fairly pleasant really. On Sunday, I think I see northeast breezes for southern Viti Levu, the southwest part and the southern part. We're going to see northeasterlies, I think, and that would include Kandavu as well. Not so on the north of Viti Levu. There we'll have mostly easterlies, but just in the southwest part and southern part, we will have a wind shift. Up in the Savu Savu area, looking at east-southeast winds, probably about 15 to 20 knots. So, anyway, enjoy the conditions for the next few days. And with that, I guess I'll pass the mic over to the chief.
Well, wish it was like that here. Unfortunately, it won't be. He's just upset that his car, which will have its first run in a very long time, is going to get wet and muddy. But it will make a change for life in the garage. Okay, is there anybody out there that would like to say hello? It would be really nice to know that somebody is out there listening. And if you could say hello, that would be good. We'll know that the radio is working. So I'll just stand by and see if there's anybody out there.
The sound of silence.
Again. Jeez.
I don't see anybody moving around too much, so maybe they're just having drinks together or enjoying the sunset or whatever. Anyway, that's it from us. If there's nobody there, this is a Gulf Harbour Radio. If you need to be in touch, it's ghradio at extra, which is just xtra.co.nz. Oh, and by the way, the New Zealanders who are up there, David hasn't, got a text to say I could book for my COVID vaccine, but after a lot of trial, I found that the closest place is just at the bridge at Birkenhead, which I didn't even know where Birkenhead was. There's nothing up in our area, and that's not until the end of July. So hopefully there's some vaccines left by that stage. It's not exactly going very fast here, not as fast as Fiji. So there you go. You're in the right place if you need COVID vaccines. Cheers, everybody. I will hang up the microphone now, and we will be back briefly tomorrow. Have a very good day tomorrow. Cheers all. Well, hello, Charles. Good signal from you. I can't even find you on the AIS tonight, so where are you, over?
We made our way, making our way back to London the week of April, and so we just started looking from our north of London in Little Bay, opposite Little Resort, opposite Little Resort. So that's where we are for the evening. Haven't checked the AIS position, but I'll have a look to see why we might not be so. Anyway, we're together with our time down, and the main effect of the noise which we came through really well. And now we're going to be noticeably more boating activity, much more boating activity which we can notice, and still some hesitancy from the locals about having us to talk. So that's our news at the moment.
Well, thank you for that, and Yes, you may not have heard, and I don't know whether Barney is on air, but if you are talking to him at all, he needs to correct the name of his boat on the AIS. He's just put, instead of an O, he's put an N. It is his boat, but it's called Inchling Fever. So, all right, I presume you'll be stocking up soon and getting ready to move. So, thanks for the hello. Is there anything else, Charles?
I'll let Barney know if I hear it. I'm listening on the radio tonight. Anyway, thank you, Patricia. Take care, and God bless you on Sunday. We'll listen after you on Monday. Over.
Yep, we'll be on very briefly tomorrow for anyone. Well, I'm not sure that there's much going on. Do you think we should be on tomorrow? No, we'll forget about tomorrow. We'll just come back on Monday. There is nothing much happening tomorrow, so we'll give it a miss tomorrow and then come back on Monday. So cheers, everybody. We will be clear. Have a good night, all.
Cheers, Patricia.
Yeah, we've got my bother if there's nobody here.
I'm